Hey guys, Coach Chase here. Health update's kind of the same as everything else. I'm still blind as a bat. Going through game life radiation, and in my position these days, I'm dealing with a lot of extremes in myself. So it's taking up a lot of my a lot of psychological energy. So I've been slower with the videos than I'd like to be. But I'd like to take this time to talk about the idea of eternal life, at least in the Christian views. I was wondering, because I get this a lot in this stage of my life, about mm, how exactly should I see myself in heaven with eternal life and be happy here on earth? I'm kind of concluding that it's a little more difficult than what you may think. Think about this. We're presented with the Christian idea that, you know, if you follow Jesus, you have eternal life and everything's going to be perfect. But what is perfection? And how can you even determine what that would be like for you? So let's think about it like this. You want the perfect life, let's say I die, right? And I go up there in heaven and everything's perfect. That means all my relationships are perfect. I don't know what that means. And I don't know if anyone really knows what that means. And I wonder, that's a lot of future thinking. Now, when you're thinking about future thinking, you're not in the present. When you're not in the present, you're not in reality. And when you're not in reality, you're not with God. So you're basically using your imagination based on the past to think of something that's better than what's going on right now. I think that's going to lead to a lot of stress because when you really think about it, the idea of perfection is really out of our grasp all the time. I'm a man in my 30s. A lot of my friends are married, and I've been to a number of weddings. And a lot of my friends are happily married. And every wedding I've ever been to, the priest always says it's not going to be perfect. I got guys and friends and gals and good relationships that are not perfect. So the person that you picked as your soulmate is not perfect. Remember, the guise of Christian marriage is under the idea that you are finding your soulmate to achieve some small level of perfection. Then you're told after you spend all this money and planning that it's not going to be perfect. So you now have to think of, in my stage, if you're in my situation, I'll now have to think of a life that's everything's perfect. How do I do that and be happy here with what I have? I don't think I can achieve that. Now, usually, as I said in a prior video about how to get through your childhood trauma and how to get pillars in your life to create rules that will construct a existence to increase your happiness. Well, I can't write these things down anymore because of obvious reasons. However, I think about them a lot. And I think that if you really, really wanted to, you could just pretend that things are perfect in this other world. I don't think that's going to help out with your happiness at all. I would actually kind of refrain from it because I feel as though if you spend too much time thinking about the afterlife and the idea of perfection, you cannot be happy here. You cannot be happy here on earth. And that's what I'm really trying to do. I'm not trying to get a correct answer to get into the afterlife. I'm trying to have an enriched life here with the remaining time that I have. I don't want to sound too cryptic, but these are the things that go on in my mind all the time. And I feel as though if we take time to really think about what that entails when it comes to the perfect life after this life, we're really talking about reincarnation once again. Like I said before in a previous video, I feel that the universe has asked me a couple times, do I want to come back? Which I'm going to refer to as reload. So I've decided, I don't want to do this again. Based off the experiences that I have. It does not mean that I am somehow a guru or spiritually superior. It's just a decision which I've made. Maybe you'll make the decision, maybe not. But those are my thoughts on trying to achieve a level of perfection, because I feel that the perfection idea of what the traditional, maybe superficial idea of Christianity is trying to provide you, may lead you to a life here on earth where you're always looking forward and never in the moment. And remember, when you're not in the moment, you're not with God. Please consider this. I'm Idea Coaches. Ascended Thinking. Take care.